Gamers, it is time to talk about the easiest free huge pet to hatch right now in Pet Simulator 99. And holy smokes, bro, there are so many ways to get huge pets in this game now. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, come on. I've made this video like once every 2 months because they keep nerfing stuff. They keep buffing stuff. They keep making changes to everything about this game seriously on a daily basis. So therefore, gamers, here we are once again. Okay, so let's just cover the easiest and the most obvious one and get that out of the way first. So as far as hatching your first huge pet, number one, you gotta be in the last area. But number two, you do have to have that huge hunter game pass because if you don't have it, there is no way you're gonna hatch a huge pet out of the last and final egg. I mean, it's possible. You might do it once, maybe twice ever. So if you don't have huge hunter, stop trying to hatch a huge pet out of the last egg. You're just wasting your time. And now let's talk about events. Specifically, I guess the color battle, because that's going on right now, but they bring back events seriously like every other week. So let's jump in here and let's talk about an easy huge pet that you might get from this event. All right, let's talk about this event egg right here. So once again, you can hatch for that active huge, but if you guys don't have huge hunter, it's really not gonna make much of a difference. Or you guys can go for this pet right here, but to be honest with you, this pet is a heck of a lot more difficult than the active huge pet. So if you guys don't have huge hunter, then don't even worry about it. The main thing I'll say about this final egg right here is that you do get points for hatching on that egg, and you guys do get buckets of paint, and you guys can have a chance to win this swan over here if you guys are top 5,000 or top 500, but let's be honest, there's a lot of people playing this game. So if you guys aren't pretty much constantly hatching that egg for 24 hours a day, every single day, then I wouldn't even worry about it because you're just gonna be wasting your time, like I said. But now you're probably saying, Red, what about the buckets of paint? We can get some super awesome stuff from that, right? Well, right now I've got 360 buckets of paint and I can craft myself some color gifts. And if you guys saw my last video, I opened over 1,200 of these bad boys and I hatched one huge pet. So if you guys are trying to get a huge pet out of this, it's probably not gonna happen. What about the graffiti gifts though? Same kind of thing. These guys pretty much have the exact same odds. And here's what's even crazier, gamers. I don't even really spend that much time in here whatsoever. I got all those buckets of paint just for free because obviously they give out those buckets of paint just for playing in the color battle, right? So as long as you're here and you've been here once, you guys get yourself buckets of paint. And you guys saw that I can make 360 of these just for doing absolutely nothing. And these things sell for 83,000 gems. So if we bring up our trusty calculator here, we go 360 of those gifts and we times those by 83,000, which is how much they're worth, we can make 30 million gems right now for doing absolutely nothing. And like I said, I haven't even been grinding inside of this zone at all. So if you guys are grinding in this zone, you guys will probably have a heck of a lot more than 360. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this color bomb zone because we get a chance to get that graffiti raccoon. We only have 1 minute and 37 seconds left. So we're gonna go ahead and equip a build that allows us to use these bad boys. You know what, let's do this, Let's go to this one and we're gonna unequip all this stuff. And all we're gonna do is use orbs. Do I even have enough to do all orbs? Let's see here. We got 5. Yeah, there we go. Let's get rid of that. Equip another one of those and maybe do some speed. Hang on. This is the build I'm going to use going into this color zone. That way we have maximum damage. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the entire point of this color zone, you just gotta break stuff because as you guys break things, there's chances that you guys can get yourself a bomb. And the reason why I love these orb enchantments is because these things dominate inside of this zone. Here we go. Come on. Let's go. A little bit more. And the longer you guys are in here, the bigger your chance is to get that raccoon. And we're getting all sorts of graffiti cans too, which we can also use to make some gifts. All right, here we go. We're doing holy cow, I'm breaking stuff way over here. I didn't even realize that. Oh, we got 38 points. That's not too bad. But like I said, if you guys are gonna come into the color bomb zone, just make sure you guys stack on these orb enchantments because these things are OP as anything inside of that zone. But the main question is are these events the best way to get a huge pet if you are completely free to play in this game? And don't worry, that question will be answered in just a little bit. All right, next up, we're gonna talk about this huge pet right here at the spinning wheel. This is where you guys get that propeller cat. Since this propeller cat came out, it is still one of the rarest huge pets to get in this game. I think, let me see if I have one. I think I do. Propeller cat. Okay, yeah, I do. I've got a propeller cat. There is only 627 rainbows of these that exist in the entire game. And if you guys are unfamiliar with that, this huge egg dino that we got from the dino world, there's already 4,000 of these that exist. Same thing with this mech dino. There's 3,000 that exist. During the Lucky Tiles event, there was over 3,400 of these huge rave jaguars that were found. 1,700 of these huge disco dragons that were found. Over 1,800 huge rainbow UV cats and over 4,000 huge Rave Meebos and a spaceship. And that's just the huge pets that have came out recently. If you guys are trying to get this huge propeller cat from this spinny wheel, I'll be honest with you, it is easily one of the most difficult pets to get in the game. So I would say, no, don't do that. I mean, check this out. If you guys just go right over here, there is already 4,000 huge rainbow wizard westies that exist, and over 185,000, and you can buy one for 36 million gems. So if you're trying to get a huge pet, I would definitely go for the Westie over the propeller cat 100%. Let's talk about this huge pet over here that you guys can get inside these obbies. This is the huge colorful wisp. Once again, an incredibly difficult huge pet that they still haven't buffed since it came out. I mean, there's 417 rainbows. There is only 13,900 of the regular huge colorful wisp. So if you're trying to get a huge pet and you guys like playing obbies, I mean, by all means, come over here and get one, but they're still incredibly difficult to get. Moving right along over to this minefield, and once again, don't even waste your time in here because once again, the colorful wisp is in here, but the minefield does take a long time to complete. And like I said, there's no buff to talk about with the huge colorful wisp. It is still the exact same odds for when it first released. All right, so moving right along to the secret key location right here where you guys can use the secret key to get yourself one of those Lumi axolotls. Now, the Lumi has been buffed slightly, but honestly, it's still not worth it to come in here because you guys can sell those secret keys for a heck of a lot more than this garbage that's in here now. So we're just gonna go and claim this boot and get out of here because we're never coming back. Moving right along over to the daycare, another place that I do like doing because you guys do get gems if you guys are inside of this thing, but you guys get a huge Meebo and a spaceship, and since this came out, this thing still also hasn't really been buffed whatsoever. You guys can get a huge butterfly egg, which is cool, but for the most part, I mean, you're only gonna use this daycare to get yourself gems and other stuff. Don't try to play this thinking you're gonna get a huge pet because you're gonna be super disappointed. All right, moving right along to actually one of an easier options to get yourself a free huge, and that's this Poseidon Corgi. Because check this out, if you guys don't know, inside of Mastery, there is a fishing mastery. I never ever do this, but if you're trying to get a huge and you want to spend 0 Robux, this is actually not too bad, especially if you guys have an Ultra Mastery XP potion that you got from the last rebirth inside of Kawaii World. So if you have this, then you definitely could choose one of these next two options I'm going to talk about. So inside of fishing, you guys get to do faster casting, all that stuff, ability to fish the deep pools, which is where you get those huge pets. And you guys get a 10% bonus at level 40. The bobber does more stuff, so you guys get better chances. But look at this. It goes up to 20% right here. Another 30% right here. You start catching faster. You start casting faster. And check this out. You get a chance to turn your rod rainbow, which ups your chances even further. But look at this. At level 99, it ups your huge pet chance to 50%. That is massive. And you guys get a 2x chance to make that rod rainbow, which is upping your chances even further. So if you guys are trying to get a free huge pet and you don't want to spend any Robux whatsoever, get your fishing mastery up and go AFK inside of the fishing minigame, because you know what? This is actually a really good way to get huge pets now. Along the exact same lines of that is right over here. This dig site is kind of OP. Look at this. There are over 53,000 of these huge fossil dragons that exist. It is actually the only free huge pet that does not have a golden or a rainbow variant, so kind of weird. And these things are only selling for 36 million in the trading plaza. But once again, depending on where your guys' mastery is, you guys can also up your digging mastery with that mastery potion. And check this out. You guys get better drops the further you guys go. Ability to open the mastery chest inside the advanced dig site. You guys get better chances for a huge pet, more diamonds, all that kind of stuff. Look at this. Look at this. If you guys scroll down all the way, you guys have a 50% chance to get a huge pet from that mastery chest. And you can turn your shovel rainbow with that mastery at level 99. So if you're not trying to spend another $1 in this game, then honestly, those are pretty good methods. But I'm sure there's one of you saying, Red, what about the ice obby? This thing's amazing. Hey, you random person, it's the colorful wisp again. And like I said, they haven't buffed that since the game came out, so don't waste your time. Now I will say, Chest Rush used to be one of my favorite ways to get huge pets in this game, because you guys get yourself a huge fire horse. Now, they have buffed the chances on this recently. So the regular fire horses are all the way up to 4,400. The rainbows are up to 88. That's double what these things were like not even a few weeks ago. So this has definitely seen an increase in chances for sure, but I don't know if I would say it's one of the best ways to get huges, because 4,000 fire horses versus 40,000 huge fossil dragons. Yeah, you guys can definitely see the difference. Yep, keep going. There's no huges except until you get right here, the advanced dig site, which is also a really good spot to get a huge, and that's at area 79. That's 34 levels that they skipped on getting a free huge pet. Kind of crazy when you think about it. And then making our way over to area 87. I always forget this is even in the game, but you guys get yourself a huge Chroma Lucky. And to be honest with you, they only have a rainbow and a regular, obviously, and there's 27,000 of these that exist and 325 of the rainbows that exist. And once again, if you guys are going to be in this area, make sure you guys equip all of the orb enchantments. That way you guys are crushing out everything in this map. I would also recommend you guys probably swap one of these for a magnet book. That way you guys are collecting every single thing. But check this out, guys. This is what a lot of people don't know. Look at how far that these orbs shoot at breakables. Look at this. It is basically infinite. I'm shooting stuff that's way over there. So if you guys are curious on what you guys need to use inside of these zones, just equip a magnet book, stand still, and you guys will absolutely dominate areas like this. If you're trying to get a huge Chroma Lucky, I mean, they're very, very rare, but you guys can actually get quite a bit of diamonds in here and items if you guys just grab some of those orb enchantments. And I'm pretty sure these orb enchantments are pretty cheap. Yeah, you can get them for 988,000 gems, so not too bad. And last but not least, we got the advanced fishing minigame. And I will say, this is definitely just as good as the first fishing minigame, except for this one, you can fish inside of deep pools and really get yourself a better chance at getting a huge pet. Because you know what? With that fishing mastery at level 99, you can definitely clean up inside of these minigames. Not to mention, you guys can get those magic shards from the fishing minigame. With those shards, you guys can craft those orb enchantment books, and you guys can get yourself those huge hunter potions. I mean, check this out. These huge hunter potions right now sell for 1.87 million gems. So in reality, you guys only need to sell like 18 of these, and you guys can just go buy yourself a huge pet in the trading plaza. It's nuts. Anyways, gamers, let me know what your guys' favorite method is to get a free huge pet in this game. And also, click this video right here. It's one of my favorite videos that I've made, and I promise you, it will help you guys out. Enjoy yourselves, gamers. I'll see you next time.